Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being present. It's a pleasure to be here at this remarkable gathering of industry leaders, innovators, and enthusiasts who understand the power of delivering success. Today, we're going to take you on a journey that will ignite your passion and make you see that delivering excellence is not just a dream, but an achievable reality. My name is Caroline. I'm field marketer at Shipup. We deliver unforgettable experiences that inspire lifelong loyalty.
And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Al. I'm the founder of ZigZag Global and the CEO. And I started the company about 8 years ago now, after spending 20 years as a retailer myself. So I've seen many of the issues that retailers are facing with returns firsthand. So ZigZag and Shipup are both part of the Global Blue ecosystem. And Global Blue is the pioneer of the concept of tax-free shopping, and we're supporting 29 million international shoppers with a seamless and personalised returns experience when claiming back VAT on goods purchased abroad. So after Global Blue added both of our companies to their family, we're now strategically aligned to bring retailers a comprehensive post-purchase and returns experience. First up, we'll be kicking things off with a quick introduction, allowing you to understand and better connect with who we are and the value that we bring to our retailers and partners. And next, we'll deep dive into the importance of post-purchase options. So we've got discovering how you can leave a lasting impression on your customers, turning them into loyal advocates to help them come back for more. Then we'll be speaking on boosting revenue and reducing churn. Learn the proven strategies to maximise your profits while keeping your customer base strong and engaged. And lastly, we'll explore the crucial elements of building trust and building loyalty, uncover the key principles that establish strong relationships with your audience, paving the way for long-term success. So get ready to hear our insights, our practical tips, and actionable steps that will help you revolutionise your business. And we wanted this to be as interactive as possible. So please keep an eye out for the questionnaires that we'll be giving along the way to share your questions and participate in the polls. So a little bit about us.
So when it comes to the livelihood of a brand, nothing is more pivotal than customer loyalty. But earning that trust is no easy task. And all of that hard-earned goodwill can easily be destroyed with just one disappointing experience. So our statistic shows that in more than half of the cases, this experience is a disappointing one. This, of course, harms retailers with consequences like lower NPS, lower repeat purchases, and of course, lower revenue. Shipup doesn't just protect brands from losing their customers' trust. We've perfected each stage in the post-purchase experience to help brands strengthen these existing relationships that they have with their customers and earn their lifelong loyalty. Delivering an exceptional experience is one way today's brands can get an edge on their competition and capture more loyal customers to ensure their business thrives now and in the future. So we're trusted by over 500 brands. We track over 62 million parcels a year, and we're integrated with 150 carriers.
So here's a little bit about ZigZag. Many of you are already familiar with ZigZag and what we get up to. But ZigZag Global is a software solution to help e-commerce retailers manage returns globally. So our platform connects retailers to a global network of over 220 warehouses, 1,000 carrier services in over 200 countries. We can do that with just one integration, and we process a return every single second of the day. Our mission is to help cut costs, both for the retailer and for the consumer. And with faster refunds and processing, that helps get stock back into the supply chain more quickly. The customer experience is key to what we do. And by creating a frictionless journey for the buyer, we increase the propensity to shop again. We're working with leading retailers such as Zara, Ted Baker, New Look, M&M Direct, Superdry, and plenty of other household names. And ZigZag makes e-commerce more profitable. And over time, we can actually help reduce your returns through the data insights that we can share. Our paperless solution eliminates the need for labels to be included in the outbound parcel, and our platform can cut your carbon footprint through greener logistics partners. We champion the circular economy by enabling resale of returned goods across local marketplaces all around the world to help keep goods out of landfill.
Now, it's time to dive into a pivotal aspect of business success, the often overlooked realm of post-purchase experiences. Let's uncover the secrets to leaving a lasting impression on your customers, solidifying their loyalty and advocacy. We'd like to take you on a journey. The post-purchase customer journey. Like most good journeys, they start with an email confirmation. In this case, order confirmation and shipping. This is your very first opportunity to reconnect with your customer. Beyond simply acknowledging a transaction, these confirmations serve as powerful touch points for your brand. By incorporating your unique brand elements, you instill a sense of professionalism, trust, and consistency. Branded order confirmations have the potential to leave a lasting impression, reinforcing your brand identity and fostering customer loyalty. Branded tracking goes beyond mere logistical updates. It sets a new standard for customer experience in today's competitive landscape. Branded tracking and hosting a dedicated page transforms a routine update into a personalized interaction. Did you know that 86% of customers expect to receive tracking information for their order? Businesses that prioritize branded tracking experience see a 35% increase in customer engagement. Let's imagine a scenario. You're at your favorite restaurant. You've been waiting for your order for 15, 25, 45 minutes, almost an hour, and still no word from the server. Now let's imagine the exact same scenario, but this time the waiter comes and gives you appetizers and complimentary drinks. In which case do you feel less disappointed and less anxious? It's the exact same thing when it comes to package delivery. Transparent communication during these less than perfect moments become crucial. Transparency is key when incident happens because it builds trust, it demonstrates accountability, and it lets your customers know that you're committed to resolving this issue. Show your customers that you're on their side, navigating the twists and turns together. With this approach, you'll transform frustrating incidents into new opportunities to strengthen your bond with customers and deliver an exceptional experience.
So of course, not every order can be a complete success, and returns are a natural part of shopping online. So whether it's inaccurate sizing guides, a late delivery meaning that the item couldn't be used at a social event, or simply the customer decides it looked better on the model, the bedroom is now the new fitting room. And with 61% of consumers boycotting a brand if they suffer a poor returns experience, it's vital that retailers get that process right. A customer-centric, seamless returns process can create loyal customers that will happily shop with you again and again, safe in the knowledge that you will not abandon them or push them through a frustrating returns process when things do go wrong. At the end of the journey, you'll want your customers to return for a repeat purchase. And this is a crucial part of the journey, as returning customers are worth 10 one-time customers in terms of profit. So if you provided a stellar customer experience, this is what we can wish you.
On the other hand, if your customer experience was negative and it failed to connect and to properly satisfy your customer, they probably will not return. A bad post-purchase experience can have lasting consequences. Studies show that 85% of customers are likely to switch to a competitor after a negative experience. Furthermore, 95% of dissatisfied customers share their negative experience with others, causing a domino effect through negative word of mouth. Upset customers have a significant impact on your brand. With the power of social media and online reviews, one dissatisfied customer can reach a vast audience. Research shows that 90% of customers read online reviews before making a purchase decision, so it's crucial to address and resolve customer concerns promptly. Brand detractors in e-commerce have a detrimental impact on your business. Shockingly, one unhappy customer can influence an average of 15. It's essential to be swift in addressing these concerns and provide exceptional customer support. Turn brand detractors into brand advocates, safeguarding your reputation and fostering positive word of mouth in this highly competitive landscape. High customer churn in e-commerce is quite obviously a red flag. Acquiring a new customer costs 5 times more than retaining an existing one. Additionally, increasing customer retention by just 5% can boost profits by 25 to 95%. Lost revenue opportunities in e-commerce due to a bad delivery experience can be staggering. Customers are less likely to shop with a brand again after a poor delivery experience. And who can blame them? An estimated $333 billion in potential sales is abandoned every year due to shipping-related issues. And forgotten packages in e-commerce not only affect customer satisfaction, but will also result in significant revenue loss. We estimate $3 billion annually due to unclaimed or undelivered packages.
Okay, so let's take a quick poll in the room, and we'd like to find out what the post-purchase pain points for you and your customers. So if I can ask you to raise your hands, if the lack of visibility or poor tracking capabilities in the parcel journey frustrates you and your customers, or do you think you've got that under control? There's a few honest people in the room. Okay. And hands up if a lack of communication, whether it's via email or SMS, is a problem for you. Okay, a few nodding their heads as well. And has anyone here found themselves waiting a while to get refunded after purchasing online? Yeah,
wow.
So it's quite a big problem. A few at the back as well. Okay, so hands up again if having a limited carrier option ever causes you or your customers to have issues or abandon carts. Okay, just the one. Okay, and finally, I'm sure there are plenty more, so feel free to share them at the end. There'll be a few more polls. I'm just interested to see what your pain points are. So thanks for sharing those. Now we'll take a look at how you can boost your repurchase and reduce returns. Okay, that's me. So the post-purchase experience really is an untapped upsell resource. Returns don't always have to be an expense, and they are really another opportunity to sell. So 91% of consumers are more likely to shop with brands that provide relevant offers and recommendations. One of our retailers recently recorded a 25% reduction in returns after they introduced paid returns. So if I could just ask, how many of you are doing paid returns already in the room? Quite a few of you. Okay. So there's clearly a growing acceptance from shoppers that paid returns are becoming the norm and generally becoming more careful with their orders, but retailers are now using their returns data to test and monitor the introduction of paid returns in certain markets. So what we found is the classic email marketing email you send to your customers have been between 7 to 23% open rate, but communications around delivery have open rates around 60%.
Absolutely. Who here sends out newsletters for their brand? Okay, so you are very familiar with these open rates. Obviously, when you're waiting for a parcel, you're super eager to know where it's at. You're super eager to also interact with the brand. So this is one of our customers, Highline Wellness. They generate 25 cents of extra revenue for each order. And they do this thanks to promo banners linking back to their Instagram and their website. And so this, all ties back to the eagerness of customers who are, waiting for their delivery. So I'm going to go ahead and assume you're all aware of who Michael B. Jordan is. He is in the new Creed movie. He is also next to this brand Boxraw, who is our customer. And they've actually found that through their delivery email flows, they were able to drive revenue, and it's actually become their third biggest revenue driver within all of their marketing email flows. So it just goes to show how powerful it can be.
So refund to gift card also can ensure that the sale stays within your business, therefore minimising the financial impact of returns and reducing fraud. The technology encourages repeat sales and allows consumers to get much faster refunds on their return, so it could even be on the first scan, driving further loyalty. Our recent research shows that customer return preferences highlighted that it's not just the retailers that are thrilled with keeping the cash in the business through digital gift cards, but also 58% of consumers would actually prefer this option, which rises to an astounding 78% for 18 to 25-year-olds. Around half of customers would happily accept a refund to gift card option if they were to receive an additional credit, so 10% off your next order, for example, or a promotional saving when doing so. So it's really worth considering refund to gift card as a new option. And so by making it easier for shoppers to view real-time alternative product options, you can also increase the chance of saving the sale and retaining valuable customer revenue through live exchanges. 53% of customers, of returns actually, processed through are due to sizing issues. And then if you add in the colour issues on top, problems are easily solved with exchanges solution that's put in place. So it's a popular solution with 74% of consumers demanding that retailers offer easy exchanges. I can tell you the number of retailers actually offering exchanges today is way below 74%. So out of kilter there, but retailers can cross orders in the post to keep customers engaged during shopping, further boosting loyalty and give them a good experience to save that sale. So you want to do this?
So we have another quick poll for you. So get your hand ready. So please raise your hand when relevant. Have any of you leveraged your post-purchase to maintain your customers in your brand universe before and keep them interacting with your brand? Nice, well done. And has anyone ever explored generating new revenue through delivery emails or this post-purchase journey? Nice, on the right track. And has anyone put in place some refund to gift card strategies? Okay, a few in the back. Super interesting. And live exchanges? Anyone? Okay, one. Just one, so definitely something to look into. So of course, if any of you would like to, discuss this more or share how you guys do some upsells, definitely happy to hear from you at the end.
So how do customers know which brands to trust? Well, the e-commerce landscape is vast, and across the UK, France and Germany, there's comfortably over 1 million online retailers. So that's a lot of competition. Retailers need to cut through the noise to win the original sale by showing that they're a brand that can be trusted, and then by continuing to prove that perception long after the sale. 63% of customers find the returns policy confusing and difficult to find on a retailer's website. And 44% of customers will actually leave a retailer's site and purchase from a different competitor if they don't quickly find what they're looking for, or if they're left unimpressed when they do find the returns policy. 73% of consumers would actually be willing to pay more to brands that they deem transparent. So it's vital to build trust through a customer-centric experience and returns policy. So you need to trust the customer. It's a two-way street. Retailers should ensure they've got a clear, concise returns policy and post-purchase experience that doesn't deter customers and doesn't pester them for too many details. Returns fraud is a problem, but it's certainly actually not the norm for most retailers. And by making them jump through hoops to make a return, you actually make it far more likely that you won't see that customer again. We find that it's far better to actually trust the majority, and why punish the 99% when it's probably only around 1% that are difficult or fraudulent customers. So faster refunds are a real part of that trust process, and it isn't, of course, feasible to offer same-day refunds on every single product, but 84% of customers do expect to be refunded within at least a week of handing their goods over. We can actually speed that up massively by offering home collection and getting the products back in the supply chain more quickly and giving you that visibility of where those products are. And you can set thresholds in the platform to make decisions on when to refund and when not to refund based on, is it a trusted customer, is it a new customer, is it potentially a fraudulent customer. So open communication is not the only important thing in improving customer satisfaction and loyalty, but also freeing up your customer service team and the resources around that and cutting the costs. 81% of consumers now track their returns on the way back to the retailer. Is everybody here already offering tracking for returns? Do you know what's actually coming back? Do you know what's in the box when it's arriving, or is it a surprise and it's Christmas Day every day in your warehouse when you open those parcels? Quite a few nodding there. Okay. So customers want choice. They want a wide array of convenient, low-cost options to help get their product back to you. And the post office is actually still the preferred option in countries like Germany, for example. But lockers and convenience options are becoming much more popular across Europe. And don't forget, a lot of people are still working from home, so collection is becoming more and more important. How many here are doing collections for returns? A few, but probably not enough. Okay. So by taking the initiative and addressing customer needs before they even arise, businesses can foster loyalty, build trust, and enhance overall satisfaction. Proactive customer support is also what it makes customer experience truly exceptional.
Absolutely, Al. Building trust, super wide topic. So we put together a few examples to inspire you. So I Heart Cats, they show off their philanthropic values by sharing that they support rescue and stray cats with every single purchase. And so, with this, their customers feel part of the mission and like they're in a club. So this is from our customer By Heart. They've built a real community of new parents, and they have links back to joining their community, following them on Instagram. And so, of course, this industry does lend itself to building community. And they found that this was super important for them to get their customers to connect together beyond just purchasing a product. So this is quite an interesting one. About 93% of customers say that online reviews impact their purchasing decision, and products with an average rating of 4 stars or more are 12 times more likely to be purchased than products with an average rating of 2 stars or less, which seems quite obvious. But Withings were actually, as you can see on the picture, didn't have a great rating, and they leveraged the post-purchase journey as a way to cut costs and generate more satisfied customers by allowing them to be more self-servicing. They saw a drop in where's my order, they saw a drop in where is my return inquiries, and we actually helped them improve their rating from 1.5 average to 4.2 in a year, as well as multiply their reviews by 5. You can also use this journey to encourage brand loyalty. So here, for example, this camera company has a newsletter sign up, and they're using this opportunity to get people into their loyalty program as well. Another way to get to take advantage of all of the eyes that are looking at your post-purchase journey is to get super personal with your customers. So Zox, a lifestyle brand with a cult following, realized how important it was to make their customers feel special. So the CEO, the man that you're seeing on the screen, Jason, recorded a welcome message as well as a welcome back video. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, it's Jason from Zox. I heard you just got your very first Zox order placed, and I wanted to personally say thank you so much for joining the Zox family. We are so thrilled to have you, and I can't wait to see you again soon.
Let's finish up on a poll. Do you want to take that one out?
So what strategies do you think there are for driving loyalty? Do you order your best to trust the customer? Or do you generally make the returns process user-friendly, or are you trying to hide the returns process and make it difficult for customers to return? So who's hiding the process? One or two? And then who's making it easy for customers? Most of you, and some of you not quite sure. Okay. Does anyone offer faster or even instant refunds today? Okay, so you're hiding the process, but you also give them an instant refund. Okay?
Unsung hero.
And who believes here that open communication is vital in driving customer loyalty? Yeah, it's a popular one. Are there any retailers in the audience that offer multiple return options like post office, home collection and return to store? So quite a few of you, yeah. And a final show of hands for who believes in proactive support for fostering customer loyalty. Okay, so that's really important. So one of the things I will share, stat that we've got is that about 1 in 3 pre-pandemic shoppers were buying with the intention of returning a product. So they're buying 2 or 3 sizes. They know there's going to be a return before they even check out. That number's now gone up to 41% post-pandemic as more people are shopping online. But what we see in the younger shoppers between 18 to 25 is it's now 47%. So your younger shoppers, who are your next generation of shoppers, are much more likely to wardrobe or bracket or buy more products than they need, and they know there's going to be a return. So it's really important that you get that returns process under control. Anyway, any questions or any comments, anything that is people want to share in the audience about what's working for them? Or we have got a microphone that's maybe able to go around at the back. So if anybody's actually changed the returns policy recently and seeing something working, maybe they've tried paid returns, maybe they've tried even going from paid back to free. So if there's any retailers that want to share anything in the room, be really interested to hear from you. If we got a lady over there. So.
Hi. Oui. One thing that might be interesting is that we received a lot of emails from customers asking about where is my return, because it took a lot of time to be back physically at our warehouse. So what we did is that we created an integration with the return tracking link, meaning that when we have a scan from the carrier, a return scan, then our system pre-processed the return 2 days after being scanned by the carrier. Even though it's in Hungary or in UK, we know that it's coming back to us within maybe 3 weeks, but at least the customer will be refunded after 2 days, for example. So that's something we did. You mentioned refunding as a gift card, and we used to do that in the past, but finance-wise, it was very complicated because then customer was using the gift card to buy a new order, and then they wanted to return the new order, and so it was very headache finance-wise. So we stopped offering gift cards. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so we have got solutions for people that are offering gift cards to automate that process, and actually, I think things have moved on quite a lot from a finance perspective. We can do some really quite interesting things to help save that sale. I think it's very interesting what you're saying about giving customers the tracking. We definitely see tracking. If you're proactively messaging your customers, offering the tracking to them and giving them updates along the way, first of all, the reviews are better. Secondly, they're not pestering your customer service team asking where's my refund in the first place, because you've cut out that loop. The average customer contact is around £1, British pounds for each contact you get. So whereas a text message might cost you 5 pence. So it's a lot cheaper to send a text message than it is to answer that email in the first place. So would recommend that if you're not sending text message, at least send email updates to give people confidence in your service, basically. Finally, I'd just say that not all carriers are equal. So it's really important that you've got the data to know which carriers are doing a good job and a bad job for you, and that your returns platform can give you that insight to make sure that you're refunding your customers within the promise, and if you're not, then that you're actually able to take steps to identify where that's not happening. Anybody else? Any other?
Thank you so much for sharing.
Hi. For me, for us, actually, the biggest challenge was the internal challenge, because you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that has low battery or something.
I think so, yeah.
So I've been working in.
Just come closer.
Yeah, I've been working in the returns field since 7-8 years in operations and so on and so forth. So my biggest challenge has been the internal company agenda towards returns. Everyone looks okay, it's returns is just cost. Reduce it. How? So you have to actually go back to the products. Which products did you buy?
Yeah.
Are they good in quality? So you have to actually go back to the buying to reduce your returns. So if you want to look forward to reducing returns. So why am I telling this? Because recently we did a study internally and we analyzed that, okay, there are 60% of our items which are just, the customer buys it one time and returns it. Mm-hmm. They do not belong online.
Yeah.
We need to take them out. So my takeaway from this analysis was that you really need to go back to your items, what you are offering to the customers. And today, when you go online, any online shop, you just find like millions of items listed down there, but no one knows that if those items make sense or not. So what we recently did, we introduced an old-fashioned technique, which was you search online, but you buy offline. So you have that personal experience inside the store. So we developed the inside store experience as well. So the customer goes inside the store, has that experience, and you have experts inside the store who can tell you, okay, what you exactly need. Maybe you need another product. So that's how we reduced our returns by at least 4 to 4.5%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some really good points there. I think that the data insight is absolutely key. And anybody that's interested in the data, we've got a new product called the Retailer Reporting Hub. You can log in and look at it on our stand. It highlights exactly what you're talking about. So it highlights toxic products that have a higher than above average returns rate. It's looking at slow carrier delivery. It's looking at returns by country. So is one country creating more returns than another? Should you charge more for returns in that market? It's also looking at returns by supplier, returns by product down to size and color level. So if the sizing's out on a product and you've got higher than average returns rate, we can spot that. Is the packaging good enough? So is stuff arriving damaged, or is it arriving late? And that's another big driver for returns, because the outbound carrier is not doing a good enough job to represent your brand, and that's creating a spike. We've got all of that data. You don't have to go and hunt for it. It's actually delivered to your fingertips. So, but we'll send different reports to different stakeholders in the business. So customer service team gets their relevant information, the buyer or the merchandiser gets their information, and the logistics team get their information in different reports, so that they're getting relevant data and they can take action, or we've actually taken action for them to help prevent those returns. And you can actually take products off sale before they become toxic. Anybody else? One over there. Time for a couple more.
Yes, I have a question. At that point in the presentation, you talked about a solution that's selling the returns locally.
I can't hear.
Solution
returns?
that returns locally.
Sorry, please say again.
Yes. So at some point at the presentation, you mentioned that there is a solution to selling the returns locally. How that works?
So we're plugged into resale partners that have got integrations into various different marketplaces. So it could be a product that is received by our local warehouse. We scan it, we receive it, we open it, we grade it, and then we make it available for sale, depending on the grade. And then the local partner can list that for sale on an eBay or an Amazon or various other marketplaces. If it's not good enough for resale, it can go to wholesale. It can then go to donation. It could go to recycling. Wherever possible, we're not landfilling. So we're trying to keep that product in circulation for as long as possible and get the maximum value for that. We are also able to assign value to product based on the grade. So we can help clear through stock quickly, and retailers can pick from our warehouse as if we are their own warehouse. So they look in our warehouse first to clear through that return stock.
Where do you have the solution available?
So, well, it's global. We are not the reseller, but we've got resale partners that run marketplaces, and it's pretty much global. There are some issues around cross-border stuff. So sometimes you need to be registered for resale in that market. For example, you might need to have a VAT number or be able to have a tax entity in that market for the resale. So there are some things you need to watch out for. But certainly we can support it globally. We can also, in some warehouses, we're now working with partners that can help photograph stock after it's come back in to make sure that we can check the condition of that as well. We've got a store-to-store solution that might also be interesting for any of you that have got stores. So that could be for moving stock between stores, or we can take a feed from your merchandising team, your allocation team, and when a customer returns a product, we could actually divert that stock to a store that needs the stock rather than bringing it all the way back to the warehouse every time. We can leave it also in local market. So if you're the retailers in Germany and your customers in Australia, you don't have to bring it all the way back from Australia back to Germany. You can leave it in Australia, resell it in Australia to the next customer that's bought the same item.
Thanks.
Anybody else? One at the back. So you've got the microphone.
Hi, I'm Ricardo. I came from Portugal. Sorry, I couldn't catch the first part of your presentation. Do you have this service in Portugal?
Yes, we do. Yeah, so we've got the local carriers like Nacex and CTT and various Correos and various other local partners that can do the collection. We've got Mondial Relay. We've also then got a warehouse in Lisbon that will receive the stock, and then we can transport it back to other countries. Equally, if you're shipping out of Portugal, we can get the stock back into Portugal.
Okay, and you work with furniture?
Yeah, we do. We don't do much in the furniture space, particularly in that part of the world, but we are working with smaller items, so homewares more than big stuff. If the volumes are there, we can add on carriers, but usually it's an extra carrier integration for big stuff because you can't send it in the post, obviously. So come and talk to us. Or we can add on new carrier integrations onto the platform if we're not already covered.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. One more?
One in the front.
Yeah.
Hello, Jan Schneider from Chibo, Germany. I would like to ask for your experience regarding the very last step in handling the returned items before bringing them back to the forward process, to the sales process.
Yeah.
More precisely, the rework step. Isn't it difficult to automate this rework step, considering that handling 1,000, 10,000 of different SKUs, but returning them piece by piece? How do you proceed that? What challenges do you see? How do you tackle them?
So we can be quite intelligent in where products go in the first place. So we're actually trying to send stock to the right disposition partner up front. So if the customers, say, bought three things, some clothing, but also some homewares, you might find the homewares go to a different location than the clothing do, because the clothing warehouse may need to do dry cleaning, for example. So we can choose the location of the goods based on what's in the basket, based on the reason for that return. If they tell us it's damaged, we may not bring it back to a resale warehouse. It may go to a clearance or a recycling warehouse. So we can actually reduce double handling through intelligence of the APIs. When it does arrive in the warehouse, we open it, we scan it, we grade it, we photograph it, we do various different things that we need to. Yes, it's manual. There's not really much of a way around that. It's really about speed and getting products back in the supply chain as fast as possible at the lowest cost as much as possible. And then we've got clearance channels to sell through. So I don't think you'll ever get to a solution where you can automate all returns, unfortunately.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yes. My question is about the fast refunds.
Yes.
That means the brand decides to return the money before receiving the package.
Yeah.
So in that case, what happens if what I receive is not matching what I expecting to receive?
So there's two ways we can handle that. One is by using a partner that will actually insure against that. So they're doing fraud checks on the customer and a risk profile against the value of the goods. So generally retailers will set a threshold and they'll say if it's below 30 euros or 50 euros, wherever they're comfortable, they'll issue that instant refund, but not if the customer has said it's damaged, not if this customer has got a history of returning faulty products or damaged products, or not if we don't know that customer, if they're guest checkout, for example. Equally, if they're a VIP and they're a regular shopper, they've returned, let's say, 10 times in the last year and they've all been in good condition, why would you try and slow that down? Because you know that the 11th one is probably good as well. So you can actually use the data in the portal and the data in your history, and you can feed that to us so we can make more intelligent decisions. We've got a customer profile type, so we categorize customers in 5 or 6 different brackets. So it could be guest checkout, it could be VIP, it could be potential fraud, it could be serial returner, so somebody we know returns a lot, and then you can set that tolerance as to what is the keep rate that is acceptable for you as a brand. So your keep rate might be 50% or more. If they're returning over 50%, it's probably a problem customer for you. But if they're returning sort of 10%, 20%, you probably just trust them. So looking at the data is key. And if you're not comfortable, simply don't refund. You can delay the refund until you are comfortable till you've seen the goods. So, anybody else? Okay, well, I think just want to thank you all for joining, and particularly for sharing your insights as well. So we'll hope to see you on stand E20. Thank you.